Clippers to come in here and take this game tonight, you cannot give them enough credit.
An impressive victory. This series very much alive.
Marvin C. Webb speaking the truth. Remember when the Warriors entered this series as the biggest first-round favorite in 30 years? 31 years? That's all gone. They were an incredible 19-1 at home over the previous 2 playoff runs. The Clippers have already doubled that with 2 win totals this round at Oracle. By the way, they want to send the building out. The 2 double victories came as double-digit underdogs. Games 2 and 5 were 2 of the 4 biggest upsets by point spreads across the last 20 postseasons in any playoff series. Plus, this Clippers team is the first to score 100 points in 5 straight playoff games against Steve Kerr's Warriors, including that buck 35 in Game 2 in the epic comeback. Though Coach Kerr, not particularly worried.
We've won 3 of the last 4 titles. We've been in so many situations. Actually, we've been in worse situations than this. We're actually in pretty good shape in this series. Up 3-2, probably where you want to be in any series. We would have loved to have finished it off, but we didn't do it.
It was a perfect storm for the Clippers last game. We came out with energy to start. I mean, I wouldn't say, but more so just a little bit more relaxed than we were the 2 games before, and they made shots to start the game. When you give a team like this, you open the door for them to, drives to the rim, offensive rebounds, kick out threes. They're already playing loose and free. That just gives them more confidence. So we just got to do a better job starting off the games of doing the little things.
Now, for basketball purists, I'm going to warn you, we might need to bleep the following from Tim Legler for some of the purists here when you hear this. He wants some out-of-the-box coaching for Coach Kerr, even though he says they're in a great spot. Tim is with us. You think there is a school of thought that says the Warriors, listen to this, might be better off losing tonight's closeout game. Explain this.
Could be a blessing in disguise is what I'm saying. But let's start off and preface this by saying, make no mistake about it, they're going to try to end the series, right? So if you get to, because if you get to a 1-game situation, like a guy gets hurt, foul trouble, guy has an off night, next thing you know, you lose the series. So clearly they're going to try to end it tonight. I think they've got a great chance to do that. But all I'm saying is, if you look at the timeline and what's going to be involved here, okay, regardless, they're playing at 12:30 Pacific time on Sunday. That's either going to be Game 7 against this team or Game 1 against the Houston Rockets, okay? So why is it such a big deal? If they lose this game, right, they come back home, they now get a full, they're going to play the Clippers on Sunday. That game ends at about 3 o'clock Pacific time on Sunday. Right. You've got the rest of Sunday night, all day Monday, all day Tuesday to get ready for the Houston Rockets Game 1, a very unique team to defend. But if they end it tonight, right, game ends about 9:30 Pacific time. Go to the airport. You get back home. You walk in your house about 3 o'clock in the morning. You get a short night's sleep. You get 1 day to really even talk about the Rockets. And then you're tipping off at 12:30 on Sunday in Game 1 in a series in which you lose a game at home to start the series. It could shift the entire thing. So all I'm saying is if they do lose, we might be looking at it when they get ready for Game 1. If they win Game 7, obviously. Right. When they get ready for Game 1, we might be looking at as the blessing in disguise. They had the extra time and extra rest to prepare for the Houston Rockets, which may be the most unique team they've ever had to come up with a defensive game plan for. So that's why I'm saying, if you're a Golden State Warriors fan and you lose tonight, don't start heading to all the bridges in the Bay Area, okay? It might be a blessing, assuming, of course, they finish the deal in Game 7.
We'll see what ends up happening. It'll be real interesting. We know how well the Rockets pushed the Warriors. Last year, they weren't even at full strength. Bottom line, tonight, who wins?
I think Golden State wins the game, and I think Steph Curry's the guy you're going to look at tonight. He's been quiet, really, by his standards the last 3 games. He set the bar so high. He had 8 made threes in the first game. He's had 9 total in the last 3. It might be his turn tonight. And I think their edge will be there to show you they can have closeout defensive mentality because it wasn't very good in the last game. They know it. A lot of attention paid to Lou Williams tonight. A lot of attention played to Montrezl Harrell and that 2-man game. I think the Warriors are going to make a statement tonight and get that win and get ready for the Houston Rockets on Sunday.
No matter what, the Clippers have acquitted themselves well. They can't wait to get to July thinking we had a couple guys to what we got now. Who knows what could happen. Tim, thanks. We'll see Tim on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt after the game. Warriors, Clippers, 10 Eastern tonight on ESPN. We'll get you set with NBA Countdown at 9 Eastern on ESPN2.
Let's switch gears. Go to the NBA. Game 6 of the Nuggets taking on the Spurs. San Antonio was looking to send the series to a decisive Game 7. LaMarcus Aldridge, he went off in the first half, setting the tone for the team in the mid-range and finished with 18 in the first half. The Spurs shot 69% from mid-range on Thursday. That is the best by a team in the last 20 postseasons. San Antonio with the lead by 4 at the half. Over to the third quarter now, the Nuggets were down by 6. Nikola Jokic, keep an eye on him, getting the pass. Hits the 3, making it look so easy, and later in the third, here's Jokic once again driving and making the running layup. Still in the third, fighting in the paint and getting the tough layup. He finished with 43 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. He takes a seat with 1:03 left in the third quarter, and the Nuggets down just 3 points, a move the Spurs would capitalize on. DeMar DeRozan driving, getting the layup to go. Spurs up by 5. Then in the fourth, Rudy Gay hits the corner 3. Spurs go up by 8. Now we have an 11-point game. Derek White pulling up. He gets the friendly roll on the jumper, so the Spurs go on a 12-2 run. Here's Coach Michael Malone on Jokic.
Every time we take him out, it seems like the Spurs go on a run. So he's an MVP candidate, in my opinion, for a reason. And every time we take him out, obviously, it's like you're holding your breath that we can hold on until we get him back in the game.
All right, so under 4 to play, Spurs up by 18. DeRozan getting the pass, sitting the jumper. He finished with 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Spurs go on to win 120-103, forcing a Game 7. So this is the 6-7 series to go to a Game 7. Good news for the Nuggets. The previous 5 were all won by the 2 seed. It'll be the 4th Game 7 in Denver history and the first for the Nuggets since 2012. Now to the bad news. They haven't won a Game 7 since 1978.
Gets for you. Warriors and Clippers as we move to the NBA. How many first-round picks do they have? Well, the Warriors have 10 guys who were taken in the first round. Double that of the Clippers. And have 5 more players drafted in the top 10. The only guy on LA's roster who is a top 10 draft pick, Danilo Gallinari. Might hang with him sometime. Disparity in talent or not, the Clippers have surprisingly forced a Game 6 tonight at home. Staples Center not exactly kind to the Clips. LA in a similar position last week after winning Game 2 on the road to tie the series at 1-1, but drop the next 2 in LA. Hey, speaking of top picks.
With the first pick in the 2014 WNBA draft, the Connecticut Sun select Chiney Ebumike from Stanford University.
I don't have the jersey to hand you.
Oh no, Commissioner.
Commissioner Hall.
Yes, handshake. Handshake.
We have our own first pick with Chiney Ebumike, 2014 first overall pick of the Connecticut Sun. Chiney, what is it like to hear your name, the clapping, the cheering, everything?
It's a cliche, but it's really like your dreams just came true. I remember I kind of blacked out. It was so exciting, and I was like, oh my goodness, and my sister was right to the next to me. She was drafted #1 herself. I worked so hard for that moment, and it was here in the great state of Connecticut, actually, ironically.
Yeah, #1 overall. We heard some of the players say it last night. In fact, when their name is called and they're talking to the president of the GM or the head coach of the team, they do black out because they're trying to get all this figured out. Let's figure out Game 6 tonight between the Clippers and Warriors. I don't know if anybody's concerned, but there is reason for pause. What did you see out of the Warriors in Game 5 that perhaps made you take a step back a little bit and take notice?
Well, we all know what the Warriors can do offensively, but where they really need to step it up is defensively, because right now they're 11th out of 16 teams in the postseason in defensive rating, and that's very unusual for the Warriors. But there were a couple plays that I saw where defensively they really were not their best. We all know what the Warriors can do, but look at this play. They're usually an excellent help side team, but Kevon Looney hesitates, allows a layup. All right, next play. Here there's a twist screen action, and Clay goes too far under the screen, allowing Montrezl Harrell to get a good look, even though there are 4 defenders in the paint. Next, not enough good defensive energy here from Draymond Green. All it took was a hezzy dribble for Lou to get the easy layup. And then check this out right here. This is a play that I was like, whoa. Nice brush screen to get Iggy out of the play. Advantage Clippers. KD will bite again on Lou Will's hesitation move. Lou draws 2, and Montrezl Harrell with another good look at the basket. The Warriors just were not connected. They were not locked in defensively. And there's a saying from the late, great Pat Summitt: offense sells tickets, Defense wins games.
Yeah.
Rebounding wins championships. Rebounding is the ultimate version of completing a defensive possession. And the only player for both teams that was in double figures in rebounding last game, game 5, Patrick Beverley, 14 rebounds, double anyone else. How bad do you want it? Defensively, that's where it shows with rebounding. The Warriors will have to play defense to get back on track.
Number 1 back in your draft, always number 1 in our hearts. Janae McKay with us this morning.
I'm getting the same tears.
Thank you very much. I just took you number 1. The NBA playoffs continue tonight. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, ESPN and the ESPN app. After the Clippers' big game 5 win at the Oracle. Dubs, look, need to close this thing out. They're hanging around. NBA Countdown gets to start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN2.